What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Wrestleboyz, boys. And these are our initial, maybe 2 or 3 day marinated reactions to the Royal Rumble in Saudi. I got my guys Blake and Ty here, and we're gonna talk about what's next, what we think hit from the Rumble, what didn't hit for the Rumble, and what we just talk about the Rumble. Blake, Ty, which one of y'all want to start off? You see Blake got the hand up. Blake got the hand up. Go ahead, Blake. Give us your thoughts on the tribal chief.
So we knew who was going to win the men's. I mean, I think the more it got towards it, I was hoping anybody but Roman would win. Roman's a safe choice. I'm glad. I know that they'll have something good for him at the very least. But watching the Rumble, man, it's like 6 other people could win and I would be fine. I think the Final Four was fantastic. Don't love that Gunther was 30. But I think he was still a good addition because he's always been the Iron Man of the Royal Rumble in the past couple of years. So to see him in the final two again was a nice addition. But I think Roman winning was a fine choice. I'm not too mad about it.
Okay, see, I agree with you. I did not like seeing Gunther at 30. I thought that it should have been. Obviously, everybody wanted Chris Jericho. If we weren't going to get that, I personally would have loved to see the Demon Finn Balor because if Finn Balor can't be in it, he never said the Demon couldn't. So I thought that would have been really cool. Also, I think the problem with Roman isn't the choice; it's that it kind of falls flat. You know, it's not a bad choice. It's just also not exciting. And I think we talk about it all the time here. This is like Christmas for wrestling fans. The Royal Rumble starts the holiday season, if you will. And I just feel like it started us off on a very fall flat moment. Kiwan, what just happened?
I was like, okay, bet this is the War Raiders on screen. You don't gotta watch this. Oba Themi's music hit, and he is walking out right now. Y'all, we are watching Raw while we're recording this video. Oba Themi, we're probably gonna have to cut. We're probably gonna have to cut because I want to see what this guy's doing. But y'all, it was literally the War Raiders sitting there, and I'm thinking, okay, bet. I don't gotta watch the War Raiders on my screen. No disrespect to them, but I don't gotta watch them. Oba's music comes out. Yo, what's gonna happen? Is it gonna be? I think he's just gonna fight.
I think he's gonna squat.
This is staying in. Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
Okay, so for y'all that are not watching live, this is not gonna be a live post. Maybe we'll start doing live if we do on Monday nights. We'll start doing lives. But Obafemi is squashing the War Raiders by himself. My goodness. Did you see the height he got on that power?
Oh my God.
That makes small men.
Obafemi just came out and jumped the War Raiders.
Do your little cool dance. Oh my God.
He just came out and it was like less than a minute. You know what? Let's talk about him. We talk about Roman. No, I'm gonna speak of Roman. Then I'm gonna talk about Obafemi.
Talk about the real MVP of WWE right now.
Like, yo, and now we got a Finn Balor package. They can hear too. So whoever's joint that is, leave it up. They can hear the TV.
Always give them respect. The longer I'm here, the more I realize respect I give is never returned.
Okay.
Over and over, Finn Balor has been taken for granted. What happened in Belfast wasn't a once-off. I've been showing up and showing out my whole career.
Amen, brother.
Yet still, Adam Pearce tells me that the Royal Rumble is full. It appears that respect only gets you so far in this business. But I want it all. I want the World Heavyweight Championship.
Don't show CM Punk in that package.
I'm a bad guy. This stage, Punk. But at this stage, Punk.
Ooh. Oh no, y'all.
Please don't have them fight at Elimination Chamber.
Oh,
Please no.
no, y'all. They're finna fight at Elimination Chamber, y'all.
No, because we can build a match from the. You can build a Balor story and have it be a triple threat, and then have him win. God,
Yo,
they're gonna ruin it,
bro. They're CM Punk beat.
They're gonna go to Chicago.
Yeah, CM Punk beat Finn in his hometown. Finn's gonna be on I Wanna Beat You in Your Hometown and gonna lose. Is Brie Bella still here? Is she full time now?
She's still here.
She full time? Okay.
Reboot.
Hey, how do I turn off Brie mode?
You can't, bro. It's back. It's been on for like half a decade now, bro. It's on now. There's no switch. You just gotta wait for it to cut on and cut off. Whoa.
They're gonna ruin
Wow.
Finn, aren't they? Aren't they?
They are.
Okay.
I like how Bully Ray's first reaction to Brie Bella coming out is Danielson's not far behind.
As if they're any of the same.
Right.
Okay.
Right. He doesn't talk.
I would love to see him back, but
He's retired.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
from
not
like all
happening.
of his interviews, he's done. I think.
yeah.
Okay. Where were we?
What were we? Roman. I think Blake and Todd both said it. Roman Reigns was the safe pick simply because, he's a draw, yada yada yada, but there were a couple other guys that we believe would have had better stories at WrestleMania competing for a world championship. Finn Balor, a guy that's going to get fed to Punk at Elimination Chamber, unless we're wrong, because Drew did beat Cody, so he might be wrong.
Drew did beat Cody.
Drew did beat Cody, so he might be wrong. Finn Balor could have had one. Other guys could have had one. My mind is blanking because of what Oba just did to the War Raiders. But cool, we're gonna get a Roman and Punk match most likely at WrestleMania. I sent a message to Ty and Blake during the week, and I said, "Man, I know I picked Roman to win, but Roman winning doesn't make any sense. Roman going after Punk doesn't make any sense right now where they are in the story, because what made them enemies last year is no longer involved. Paul Heyman is no longer involved in the story. Seth Rollins is no longer involved in the story. To me, it makes no sense for Roman Reigns to go after a championship that he buried, a championship they created because Roman Reigns was so dominant with the WWE title and was a part-timer. It doesn't make no sense for him to go after that title over a non-blood feud.
There's Zebros.
Zebros.
Laser beam pointed at Earth. Who would you have chosen to win that Royal Rumble?
Obafemi.
Laser beam pointed at Earth. I wouldn't have had Sami Zayn fight Drew earlier in the Rumble. I would have had Sami Zayn would have won if it wasn't going to be Roman Reigns.
Laser beam pointed at Earth. 3 seconds on the clock. Give me Bronson Reed. Okay, I'm joking. I won't. Sorry, I needed an Iguodala moment.
I feel you.
Give me Braun Breaker. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think, and I don't want to see him actually fight Punk, because I think you get a very interesting story if you have Punk fight Finn Balor at Elimination Chamber. Balor wins. Braun has won the Royal Rumble at this point. I think you have a very interesting story of, is Braun going to win his first belt, or is Finn actually going to hang on to it this time? And that's a lot more interesting than, Roman and Punk, huh?
Right.
Okay.
I think, like you once said earlier, it's just, I hate that it's the safe option. It's like, it's going to be a good match. It's going to be a good promo. It's going to be a good pack. Everything's going to be good. But it's like, you could do that at any pay-per-view and it be good.
Mm-hmm.
Why waste Mania on it,
Right.
Especially because there's been a lot of B-tier pay-per-views here recently. And I mean, Punk shines on whatever pay-per-view he's on. He's been doing phenomenal. And Roman, whenever he shows up, it's great. Is it too soon?
Phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Yeah. little too soon, but it's all good. It's okay.
He's on my mind today.
Let me give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
So,
Oh man. Yeah, Brie Bella's walking out right now with Nikki Bella. Crazy. But yeah.
You're making all these towns, because you took a 10-year vacation. Be trying to get it in as much as possible, too.
Maybe they throw us a swerve. I know last year we had no idea Cena's going to turn heel, and it happened. So we got a whole, 2 months or so to WrestleMania? We just got to see what happens. But I want
Blake, what kind of cheat code you put in to spawn a cinnamon roll?
Oh, yeah. I mean, off the hard cut cinnamon roll. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
You know, Tribal Chief wins, everybody wins.
Hey, one man's winning is
Not
another
true
man's
enough.
cinnamon roll. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Next guy I want to talk about everybody's favorite wrestler. I don't know about y'all, but he's mine now. Obafemi is my new favorite wrestler. I know this man's held it down for 23 years for me. John Cena. I'm a big Tribal Chief fan, but the Tribal Chief's not around no more. Obafemi is my new guy. And his debut in the Rumble cemented that selection by me. It cemented it.
I mean, you see that silhouette. It's game.
Right.
I mean, as you can see, we didn't know what was going on with the War Raiders just a minute ago.
Mhm.
And then I seen that silhouette, and I was like, it's trouble.
Right.
I hope you don't get stuck into just fighting all these tag teams by yourself, because that's just, you can end up like Sami Zayn. But I hope he gets a world title within the next year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. Obafemi, I don't know where you kind of book him right now with so much going on in WWE, especially surrounding the World Championships. Like, I'll just say it because I don't think anybody else is really thinking it. Just in my opinion, Punk holding the belt is just meaningless, in my opinion. And I understand a lot of people look at that and go, well, he has to before he leaves. I don't think he did. I think CM Punk is such a name in wrestling. Like, I can't remember who I heard say it at one time, a long time ago, but they go, at some point, every wrestler who becomes very, very popular become more popular than the belt itself. Think Dwayne Johnson, CM Punk, John Cena. Just once you get to be this such high level, you're bigger than the belt. He's reached that point, and I just don't understand unless it's a pass the torch situation, which it's not looking that way based on the whole Braun Breaker thing.
Right.
I don't understand where you go from here. So I hope Oba is that guy, but honestly, I'm not too sold on that idea just yet.
Right.
Yeah, I think Punk himself was the attraction, and he doesn't need the belt. But, I mean, if it was kind of like a John Cena U.S. Open Challenge type deal, John Cena don't need the United States champion, obviously. But him having those matches with those guys made not only the belt better, but made Cena look good, made everybody that fought him look good.
Would you?
I don't know how you do that with a world champion, but
I was gonna say, would you say that the world champion has become any more prestigious? Because I don't know. I don't know.
Since CM Punk has had it,
I was gonna say, I think Seth's done more for that belt than anybody. And
well, I don't think that's technically Punk's fault, though. I think it's more of the booking, because he won it right before Survivor Series on a Saturday night main event. And then Survivor Series happened. And then another Saturday night main event, which he was not on. Yeah, he wasn't on that. And then Raw happened. So first title defense, Braun Breaker. And then the second title defense is
Finn
Balor. Yeah, well, I thought he had one in between those, but so he had 2 title defenses in January.
No.
So
yeah, Finn Balor, yeah. I want to say that
so
was
2 title defenses a month is, that's better than most, I guess. But that's just because there was a long, from November to now, extension.
I don't know. I could see how it's maybe not his fault. The only reason I think it is because the reason I say Seth's done so much for that belt is whenever you've seen Seth in any kind of interview or anything, and he was the world champion, he never failed to mention how important that was and like what he was doing with the world champion. And whereas CM Punk, it's almost like jewelry when I see him with it. Like it doesn't seem as like a big deal as him that he may like kind of. There's a difference between being a good actor and acting, and I think he's just acting. I don't think it's as important as it kind of comes off, I guess.
Yeah,
It would mean, yeah.
Thinking back to what Ty said about Seth, it's like Seth's whole thing about being a world champion was, I want to be a champion that's here every single week, doing this, doing that, basically trying to, in a sense, show up Roman. With CM Punk, it's like he's kind of the same guy, just the champion. Literally the same character, like the same. I feel the same. The Braun Breaker feud could have probably still happened without him being the champion, just because that could have been Braun Breaker going after one of the top solidified guys. Now the Finn Balor joint, I think the Finn Balor joint could be the beginning of him making the title more prestigious or whatever, doing good by the title, because this is elevating Finn Balor back into like the main event scene, no matter how long it's gonna be. But the fact that we're sitting talking about Finn Balor right now is because of his match with CM Punk. And I think there is a chance that he could potentially do that to other people, maybe, depending on who it is, of course.
Are we talking about Finn because of the Punk match though? Like I feel like he's been wanting respect for like 3 years, and like it's just that's like our out. Like that's how we kind of how do I put it? Like he hasn't had a world belt that felt serious enough until you have a guy who can cut a promo like Punk. Because again, no matter how much you dislike the guy or anyway, it's one of the greatest promos ever. I think once you have a guy who can put just as much passion in that and they're matching each other, it did create like great work in a sense of it rejuvenated the want for Finn Balor's push. I think a lot of people are kind of giving up on it at this point. So in a sense, I do agree with you. I think it is, with a guy as talented as Punk, he can do that. But also, is the belt necessary for that? Like, and now that's a genuine question. Like, is the belt necessary for that?
I think for Balor it is.
Okay.
I think because the big thing with us talking about Balor is we want to see him as a champion. Mm-hmm. And we had the same exact kind of, not the same story, but like the same kind of dynamic with him and Seth Rollins when the World Championship was brought back. It was the same exact thing. I want to be a champion. I'm not getting respect. I want to get that by beating you. And it looks like they're doing the same kind of story with Punk. Now I will say I do think maybe the Finn Balor story isn't so much about Punk as it is about a belt, because maybe the champion could have been Finn Balor in the story, not Finn Balor, I'm sorry, Sami Zayn or whatever, and the story would have been the same. It could have been Jey Uso when Jey Uso had his run, the story would have been the same. Maybe that could be the case.
Yeah, but you know what? To play devil's advocate for you guys, I think also, again, back to Punk's promo skill. Yes, while that is also true, I think it is more about the belt. Mm-hmm. I think it just helps tremendously when you have a guy who can talk like CM Punk and wrestle like him on the other end. It just definitely helps. Yeah. So, but at some point, especially with the Finn Balor thing, you're going to go, well, he didn't win.
Right.
Like if he doesn't beat Punk, the guy who is doing all this work, you're booking yourself in a corner, I guess the best way to put it, because somebody has to lose, and it's just not. I don't think it ends well for either one of them. Yeah. I think Punk's going to go off and do great things, but then it's going to be left with like, okay, well, Finn, we need you to cook the hottest feud we've seen all year, the first feud, and it's like, come on, guys. I mean,
just to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, so
yeah.
God,
I think. I will say also, though, I know this is kind of piggybacking off of the whole CM Punk thing. Yes, I agree that he doesn't need the belt to be in a high-caliber match and whatnot. I wouldn't want him to fall into the category of like, hey, kid, you ain't earned your keep around here. You got to fight me to earn that, type deal. Like, love Randy Orton. But when he's not chasing after the belt, you really got to work with something. You got to come up with something. So for storyline sense and for it to just make sense in general, Punk's going to want to go after the belt because that's kind of like the main point of wrestling, obviously, is to go after the big prize. So until they can figure out another feud that CM Punk can be in, because he's obviously a money draw right now and has obviously had good program after good program. I don't see him taking the belt off of him anytime soon.
Yeah.
I would like for Balor to take it, but it is very unlikely that Balor is going to beat Punk in Chicago.
Yeah, no way. You know,
Would you
Could be
guys say
cool,
this,
but
would you guys say this goes back to the point of they should change titles faster sometimes? Like go back to it a little more often? Because again, the Drew thing got a big pop. Like, I mean, you got to remember, like, Cody hasn't had the belt for, I mean, yes, at SummerSlam, but like we were all expecting like a long run.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I personally think they should start because again, Punk's one of those guys who you could have him lose to Balor and he'll be just fine. So, I personally feel like bringing back kind of faster. Not every title reign has to be a 6 month long.
I agree.
Thing.
I agree, and I think that having shorter title reigns added to the unpredictability of the product. You know?
Absolutely, that's one thing about Vince. You can never guess what he's going to do.
You never know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? We keep talking about Drew beating Cody because we was on this same podcast a week before it happened, saying that we were laughing that Drew's not going to beat him, and it happened.
Still funny,
you know. But I think. I think for these moments to happen, for these moments like a Finn Balor winning a championship, like a Sami Zayn at this point winning a championship, it would have to be a product of shorter title reigns. Because love Finn Balor, love what he does in the ring, but I just don't know if he can be that headliner of WrestleMania right now. If he can be the night 2 main event or night 1 main event of WrestleMania right now. So the only way for there to be space for him to have his moment is if we're not having these year-long, 8-month-long title reigns where he can get in and then get out. I think about, we talked about Jey Uso off stream, but I think about Jeff Hardy when Jeff Hardy won his title back at Armageddon. He held that title for what? Maybe less than a month?
Not long.
Yeah, but with WWE having shorter title reigns, it gave a chance for that moment to happen. Jeff Hardy in today's WWE might not have won a world championship just because it would have stayed on those top guys.
I agree with that. I mean, I think your point there is like perfectly encapsulates it. The problem with having long title reigns is, sure, you could name a guy you want to see it on, but you could also proceed to list 30 more guys you'd like to see it.
Right.
So, it's one of those deals of, I think, unfortunately, Roman set such a precedent because, again, no shade to the guy. It's the greatest title run, in my opinion, ever. Right. It will never be top. I'm not going to bring up Bruno Sammartino because that's back when you could arm wrestle when it counted as a match. Not going to do that. Yep. So, greatest title run ever. You cannot take that away. The unfortunate con of that is now Triple H expects every title reign to be that. Not understanding that the title was more of a set piece. Honestly, it was it wasn't the main story. It was a contributor, and that is what the title was supposed to be. Is this, but okay, for example, I would say that this Finn story is the first good story Triple CM Punk has had in terms of the World Championship. The Braun Breaker story was not great to me. I did not like it. That's the thing. What do you remember?
Well, I'll say specifically, I feel like the program wasn't all that long, and I just don't like. Hey, this is this guy from this group going against the world champion, and then them just interchanging. It's just Judgment Day, but another whoever else, right? But you could ask Keywad. I remember the day that the Monday Night Raw where Braun Breaker and Punk had their promo against each other. Yeah. I was like, okay, I actually want to see it through. I want to see this match. I want to see him do more promos and whatnot. And there's a lot of times where I just like, all right, well, this match is happening. We'll just go through the filler. Hey, I hate you. I hate you. We'll see who the best man wins and whatnot. I actually felt that promo. I actually, again, wanted to see it through. I can't say that for all of them. Now, Punk and Balor, I don't remember if they really had a promo. Oh, that's who. Yeah. AJ Styles and Punk. That was a match in between. I know there was a match in between.
No, they fought after. Because Finn Balor jumped in that match. That was the week after. Yep. That was last week. Last Monday they fought, I think.
Okay. Okay, well,
And
yeah.
Balor and Punk did have the promo. That is the entire reason
they had a
everybody
promo.
had remembered the washed up concept of Finn Balor. Like, it's the only reason that come back. So, and I would argue that is the problem with that is you're just remembering one part of the Braun Breaker feud. Like, yes, that promo was awesome. What happened after? Nothing collectively came of it. Braun Breaker looks worse than he did before. He's actually more confusing now because it's like you're not even the leader of your own group that you took out the leader of.
Mm.
What is any of this? And again, I'm not blaming CM Punk for all this. It kind of feels like Triple H should have never thrown him in the mix of the division anyway. It seemed very pointless to begin with, and I still don't understand it. Like, conceptually, still don't get why he randomly just got thrown over there if you didn't have a plan for the vision in the first place.
Yeah, if you think back to the night after WrestleMania, it felt like we were going to see Roman and CM Punk team up to take on, to kind of go after like the duo of Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins or whoever they added to that dynamic. Never happened. So yeah, it ultimately turned out to be kind of pointless. I've been watching a bunch of videos on TikTok, and they were saying how Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed did not need Seth Rollins. Bronson Reed literally made his name by taking out Seth Rollins. Braun Breaker has been this monster since he's debuted on the roster. Them kind of joining Seth Rollins just to be kind of lackeys never made any sense for those two characters. So
I hate to say it like this, but if you wanted Seth Rollins to have some lackeys, I don't know if y'all see on the screen right here, but one of his lackeys just got hit by Penta. Austin Theory is literally already connected to Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
And Grayson Waller, I guess, when they were tagging, he doesn't. I don't really see a future in it. Well, I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't want to waste it on Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker because, again, like you just said, they're stars already.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who I would make.
Ethan Page.
Yeah, Ethan Page would be good. Ricky Saints.
Anybody.
Be cool
Ricky
too,
Saints, I would have took Ricky Saints as well.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I might have preferred that. Now that I've never thought about that one, but Ricky Saints would have been really cool in that group to turn heel. I would have actually really enjoyed that.
I know Johnny Gargano is a made man, but I really think he needs some kind of push for somebody to actually care about him. Not to care about him. He's a great wrestler and whatnot, but he's not black and gold Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
You see, Tommaso done ran off and done got a title and everything. I mean, it is what it is, but I want to see Johnny wrestling be great.
Yeah, I always felt like it didn't. Yeah, here he goes. I always felt like it didn't make any sense for two guys that could literally take out Seth Rollins to be just taking orders from him.
Yeah,
I feel like that never made no sense.
I also think that the now that we're talking about this, actually, I'm really interested in this. Now that we're talking about this, this goes back to the fact that I kind of anticipate. Me and Blake had this conversation before WrestleMania 41. Mm-hmm. We had talked about like kind of every option of where Paul Heyman could go. I mean, it was kind of having that conversation. And when we talked about Seth Rollins, it commonly kept coming up that it didn't make sense. Like it didn't. We kept telling each other like, yes, it would make a great swerve, but it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Like you can't. Why would Seth Rollins need Paul Heyman? Because his promos aren't the greatest, but they're very unique. They're very Seth Rollins, and you cannot come up with what he says. I still stand by that. Yeah. A year later, I still stand by what me and Blake had said, which is he never needed Paul. I love Paul Heyman. I feel like this has only drugged down Paul Heyman's prestige a slight bit. Maybe not a whole lot, but it has in a bit. When he comes out, I don't feel that same excitement for Paul Heyman I used to.
Not at all.
So, I think that is a major issue. Is that the pairing, the story from the jump was not planned. Mm-hmm. That's the problem with Triple H is he plans for swerves and he plans for long-term booking, but he does not actually plan the story itself. He just plans for the booking to be planned ahead. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Right. It's like he doesn't write. It's like he doesn't write the end of the story. You gotta write the beginning and then the end and how you gonna get there.
Yep.
He just kind of starts and then let's see where this goes, and that's just not gonna work.
The greatest writers always say you start with the end.
Mhm.
That is that is how you write a story. You start with the end.
Right.
And Triple H's problem is he starts from the very beginning.
Right.
And it just goes.
Mhm.
And the problem with weekly television is if this man was writing only pay-per-views, dear God, Triple H would be the greatest booker we've ever seen.
Mhm.
The problem is this is a weekly product where your little experiments can't be experimented on in that quick of a fashion.
Right.
You have to pull the trigger on
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
This ain't universe mode to where you could just keep playing the same matches over and over
Exactly.
until you got to pull the trigger on
Exactly.
a match. Yeah, I
Well, the
totally
fact
agree
that
with
you
that.
also have millions of people that almost book the show for you
Mhm.
and you still fumble the bag is quite crazy to me.
Right.
That's just insane to me. Again, and you don't have to listen to the IWC. That's fine. But, like, who are these old heads on your payroll in that creative room? Bruce Pritchard?
Yo, did y'all see
Brother
Unreal?
Love?
Bro, Unreal, they were I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Michael Hayes. It might have been Michael Hayes or somebody. He was literally saying, I understand, Gunther beating Pat McAfee is predictable, but maybe we should have Pat beat Gunther. Why in the world would you
Bruce
have
Pritchard.
whoever Bruce Pritchard? My goodness, why in the world you're gonna have Gunther tap out at WrestleMania and then Pat McAfee beat him in his first match after that? His character would be over. He'd be out of WWE, literally. I think where creative now is they can't, for one, they can't create no superstars because they don't allow for those moments that will create superstars happen, and they continue to write themselves into a corner, you know. And I don't know how they're gonna get out of it.
I would say that also the problem is the more corporate WWE becomes, the more you will see exactly what you're talking about. The less need to build stars because I don't know how much you guys actually watch the UFC. As we know, they are a combined company now, WWE and TKO. Well, as of right now, the UFC suffers, in my opinion, from a very similar problem, which is where they are not allowing for their young stars to take over. They're just putting on money matches.
Mm-hmm.
WWE is falling into that same camp, unfortunately, where they don't want to build their younger stars. They would rather just make the money they can from the guys who are already big. The problem with that is when all these guys are done, well, what now, TKO? You can't sell out that stadium in Saudi this year because you don't have a star big enough to.
Right.
So it's just gonna, it doesn't end well.
I've been the whole time we've been talking tonight. For whatever reason, this has been in my head, and this is referring to the world title. I think the booking is best, or I wouldn't even say the booking. The stories are best whenever it's like a wild card, like somebody's injured, or you're playing hot potato with the world title. The reason I say that is I know people have mixed opinions about him. I really like JBL's undisputed title run. I don't think he was ever supposed to really be the WWE champion, but as soon as he got it and held it for as long as he did, it was a great title run. In those early SmackDown days, they were changing titles 5 to 7 times a year. Now we get 3 to 4,
If that
maybe
much,
a year,
if maybe twice.
if that. So I think I'm not gonna say hot potato like once a month change by no means, but a championship scramble would be nice. I think when me and you started doing the podcast here, Q1, I totally forgot that Chris Jericho had a world title.
Mhm.
Well, I knew he had the world title, but I didn't know how he got it, and I believe it was from a championship scramble, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
Anyway.
he beat. I think he beat. I think he was feuding with Batista at the time. Batista on Raw.
Yeah, well, Batista was the world title at the time. He was the champion at the time, but he was feuding with Shawn Michaels. I think that's right before their rivalry started back up. Believe so. I think that's how that started. But
Yeah, continue.
but yeah, needless to say, just random spur of the moment changes. Now Roman had a reason for his to go as long as it did, and it paid off handsomely. Seth Rollins held the world title for a minute until it needed to change for a good reason. Now, Damian Priest, and he's not in a great spot right now, but I really enjoyed him being the world title because I was like, all right, I'm glad that they gave this guy a chance. I look at him as an actual star, not an actual star, but Judgment Day was fine, but you're never gonna go anywhere with the Judgment Day. As you can see, Finn Balor's not really doing much right now. Um, hate to hit on him again, but Jey Uso, I hate the way it happened, but just to say, hey, Jey Uso was a world champion now. Good for him. It was good for him, right? Um, so I think they should. That's what the world title's for, making new stars. The WWE champion, I don't know if they'll do that with because it's getting thrown back and forth between Dom coming out.
Dominic Mysterio. We were just Ty had just had an idea before we cut the camera on about where we see the IC title going for WrestleMania and if he will be back. He's back now, but I was gonna say he's gonna be back because they didn't strip him. They would have stripped the title from him if he wasn't gonna be back. That was my
Oh my
thinking.
God, look at that mustache, dude. God.
So who does he?
It's all right.
I guess we're gonna kind of see what direction they go towards now. But real quick, who do y'all want to see him go at? Who do y'all want to see him face at WrestleMania for the title?
The safe option is Balor, but I'd really hate for Balor to just get another Intercontinental champion. I
would too.
I want him to win the world belt,
I
but
would too. But you know how they are. You know that they look at that as a little. Oh, well, we can't give him the world title, so here.
They see it as okay. Let's see how good he does with this before we give him a real title.
He's had so many mid-card titles in between.
Yeah.
He is quite literally a legend. He does not need the IC belt.
The ceiling shouldn't.
The fact that what Kiwan just said is truly how they feel, makes me so angry. Yeah, let's see how you do with the mid-card belt. He is a Hall of Famer. What are you talking about?
The ceiling shouldn't stop at NXT Black and Gold.
Right.
It's like that's a hot. I mean, he went back to NXT, got relevant again. I hate to say it like that, but my God, I'm always happy to see Finn. I'm always happy to see his matches. Up until when he was in the Judgment Day, then I completely just didn't care about him as much. But yeah, so he went to NXT, got relevant again, and then came back just for him to lose to Roman. I'm glad if he was going to lose, it was going to be at Roman. But my God, the demon! I don't think it was ever explained that he fell off that top rope.
It was. No, we've talked about this before. It was God.
Yeah, it was God. Yeah. The character was assassinated. I think the character was assassinated when he lost to Edge at Mania.
Amen.
Because if you're gonna lose to Roman in this supernatural fashion, at least it's in the midst of a 1,400-day title reign.
Yep.
Edge won that match, came back and fought one more time, then left. Did not need that win.
Agree.
He did not need that win. That's why we have not seen the demon character since that match. Because of what happened to it.
I just think it's really sad that a majority of fans, it will go down in history that a majority of fans will remember Finn Balor and not Prince Devitt. Okay? That's the sad truth. The sad truth is that Prince Devitt would eat Finn Balor. That's the sad truth. Okay? He would eat him. So, yeah, it's really all I gotta say is if you've never seen it, look up Prince Devitt highlights in New Japan, and you will understand why this man made himself a legend 20 years ago.
Right.
Jesus, dude, this is insane. This is insane.
Yeah.
I'd like for them to do a 6 to 8 man ladder match for the belt, the Intercontinental belt.
IC. I think.
Yeah.
I think the IC I think it needs like a story though, because they did that last year. They did a Fatal 4-Way last year. Just kind of threw a bunch of guys together. You know.
I mean, it's the working man's belt, and I love Dom, but he's doing Nothing right now. I mean, he's hurt,
He just got hurt.
obviously.
Yeah.
You
I
know
mean,
this.
yeah.
Yeah,
The thing about Dom is like he had just came off the biggest win of his career when he got injured. He just beat Cena in San Diego, and then he got injured. Now, granted, I don't know what direction they were going to go with him the last 2 months he's been gone, but I think it's time for him to lose the title for sure. Just because there's just not. I don't know what's next for him.
he did.
She just
Yeah.
called
Him and
Raquel.
John Cena.
Yeah, she called him.
She threw Raquel over, didn't she?
Yep.
She did.
Her shirt says "Hot Girls Love Dominic Mysterio."
Kevin Nash.
I would love to see it. Let's talk about the women's rumble while they're out here. The women's rumble.
This is my initial. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
cut
go
you
ahead,
off.
go
You
ahead,
on?
go ahead, go ahead.
I just want you to know this is between both the men's and women's. There was, if correct me if I'm wrong, other than AAA folks, which I don't think is really a surprise. There was one surprise each in both the rumbles.
Who?
Correct. I think Bree was a surprise in the women's,
Okay. Yeah.
and the men's would have been
Powerhouse Hobbs, Royce Keys.
Hobbs. Yeah.
Riyadh did not respond well to that, did they?
So yeah,
I mean, and that's sad because I genuinely like Powerhouse Hobbs.
Mhm.
He's actually a really good wrestler.
Yeah,
God, that was sad to see.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's
so-
that it, truly? Well, good. Okay, are we counting Gunther as a surprise? I mean, 'cause I think it was intended to be. It just didn't come off well.
I think it would have been
No.
like it would have got more heat if people weren't expecting Jericho to come out. I think people were so upset that it wasn't Jericho that they weren't mad enough that it was Gunther. You know, because I understand the decision. Okay, Gunther coming out at 30 is to get him booed. But people weren't mad that it was Gunther. People were mad that it was not Jericho. It could have been anybody really that came out, and they probably would have been mad about it. That's my
I
thoughts.
think Triple H doesn't know how to book a Royal Rumble.
Number 30 has been disappointing the last couple years.
I don't think he knows how to book a Royal Rumble. That's not me taking a dig or a slot. That's like a genuine skill gap thing. Like I think he just doesn't know how to.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't understand that half the fun is not the idea that I think 100 different people could win. It's the fact that I think 3 to 5 different people can win, and there's 15 other surprises.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fun of the Rumble.
Right.
Just personal.
I have a concept that could be workshopped, and I hope Triple H watches this.
Yeah.
Or anybody in power.
We know you're watching, Hunter. You see,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nick Khan.
we see you.
I think I might have told y'all about this before, but think about it this way. The roster is as stacked as it's ever been, which, there's been good rosters beforehand. But being as we run into this issue of there's not enough spots for all the people to get in this Rumble,
Yeah.
I think we should start having matches to see who can make it into the Rumble. And then they get to roll their number, right? So 10 superstars from Raw, 10 superstars from SmackDown, 5 from NXT, and 5 surprise entrants. I think it's very simple. So you don't have factions taking over.
Quick fixes don't announce anybody.
Quick
quick fixes don't announce people. Like literally, you can announce people who have to have the Rumble for their story. Like Michael's 25, if I'm not mistaken.
26.
25 or 26? 26. Yes, sir. Michael's 26. When it's necessity, understandable. The fact is that Triple H is just allowing Brock Lesnar to go on Pat McAfee to say, "Yeah, I'm going to be in the Rumble," only get eliminated like a mid-carder. So why? Like I even told Blake this. That would have been a huge surprise for the Rumble to see Brock because I wasn't expecting Brock to be at the Royal Rumble this year. Genuinely, I just thought I was like, oh, he may have like a Road to WrestleMania match build. I was not expecting him to be in the match itself.
I think Brock is big in Saudi though. I think him and Roman are really big in Saudi.
Does anybody else remember when Saudi asked Vince McMahon if they could get Yokozuna to be at the Greatest Royal Rumble? Well, unfortunately, Yokozuna passed away 20-something years before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got their guys they really like, but I think it's like the weirdest choice. They loved Goldberg too.
They did. They did.
Should have had him retire there.
Yeah. That sucks. They did him dirty. They let him be in the city in Atlanta, and they put his farewell speech on YouTube. Goodness gracious. That's why
They did that one for Brett.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's for Brett.
I wanted to talk about your point about not knowing how to book Royal Rumbles. I think it's not even like I think it wasn't even to me. It's not even about the winner. I think that's why the Royal Rumble is so special is because before I guess we got all the social media and stuff. When we were kids, we didn't know who was going to Rumble. We didn't know what direction was going to happen. Oh, this guy won the Rumble. Bet. Now we're kind of like able to predict and stuff. But I think the winner is just one aspect of the Rumble. The Rumble to me is supposed to set up the stories for WrestleMania. I think last year he did a good job with the Roman, Seth, and CM Punk thing. He had Punk eliminate both of them, and then they brawled on the outside. Cool. This year, you had a bunch of random guys and random ladies get eliminated by random people. Ty probably hated Jey Uso's entrance because it was literally like a camera cut. And oh snap, Brock is out the match. Me personally, I told you I was standing up, eating on the bed. I turned back around, the camera showing Brock on the floor. What happened? He got eliminated like it was a commercial break.
Hey, it's just me, Oos.
Day one-ish. You look at Becky. Becky, can y'all guess who Becky got eliminated by in the Royal Rumble? It was Natalya.
He did get a new theme song.
Oh, my bad. It's just Natty now. This is not Natalya. It's Natty. That's what Michael Cole said when she came out. Big whoop.
Oh.
She eliminated. My bad. Maybe Natty's not Natalya because she definitely eliminated Becky Lynch. Just a bunch of random eliminations happened. No stories were developed.
Production crew was not on it at all for this. This is I was not interested in the whole Rumble. I was just kind of like, all right, well, maybe whoever's coming out is going to pique my interest. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh, Brock's going.
Right.
Oh, everybody's going. Who's actually left? All right, well, let's see who number 30 is.
Mm-hmm. Gunther.
Hey, didn't the guy who just got signed from Saudi, wasn't he in the
No. I would have at least let him in it. Damn. I mean, you're going to do all this other stuff.
I mean, we really going to let him in it? Come on now.
I mean,
they brought him out to flex him and then sent him right back to the back. That guy's never going to be on WWE television. Yeah. I hope everybody knows that. Yeah. He's like, that was terrible. That's all I'm going to say. That was terrible because it come off to me like, why would you bring this guy out? Because I know you're never. We collectively as a group know you're never going.
Yeah, never going to show him. It's kind of like when they brought out that Olympian, and he might have been on NXT twice.
Don't you mention Gable Stevenson?
Yeah.
He might have been on NXT, and he wasn't even in the ring. He was on that little background, underground stuff. That's what he was on. I don't even think he was on the actual show in the arena.
One of the best NCAA wrestlers of all time, and he could not do it in the ring, brother. It's garbage.
Right. But yeah, I'm not mad at Roman winning, but everything outside of that, nothing happened. We did see a Brock and Oba interaction. I don't think Oba got no offense on Brock though. Did he?
Can we agree the women's division is the best division in WWE right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Just have to clear that up. Blakey, what was that?
I got a question.
I had to think about it for a minute.
I got a question for y'all. What is the direction now for Jade Cargill? Because we thought that Bianca was gonna be back. Bianca did not come back.
I still think it's Bianca.
You think she comes back at Chamber?
I still think, yeah, I don't, man, the biggest complaint, not only we've had, it literally everybody's had, she's fought nobody. You can't put her up
Yeah.
against Tiffany again. I would also say it's because there's way too many women in the tag division. I feel like you've built it enough that some of those teams can dissipate.
Yeah.
You can, like, okay, Rio can stay. That's cool. I love Rio. It's Charlotte and Alexa's time's up. It's time to go ahead and cut that. I loved it while it lasted. I'm at a point now it's not as interesting as it once was. And you know what? You should really throw a wrench in the road and make Alexa the heel in that story because everybody expects it to be Charlotte.
Right.
Let it be
Alexa's
Alexa.
gonna
And
go
luckily,
out
I think
of
they're
heel.
building. I do think they're building it that way, based on the
Yeah,
elimination
that
at the
was something
Rumble.
that they did for sure. That was one of the
Yeah.
few eliminations that you can see where the
Matter.
story's going. Right.
Yeah.
I'd be all right with Alexa Bliss taking out Jade if Bianca ain't.
Something for sure. Something's got to happen. I think.
I don't.
You know what? To be honest, I think the only match for Jade is Bianca. That might
I agree.
might be where we are right now.
I actually agree with that. Like, I don't think you can do anything else.
All the
And actually, like, the only other one you could probably, you maybe could slide with, and is the only other person I truly trust to make Jade look good beside Bianca is Charlotte. Like, Charlotte is the only other women wrestler I would trust on SmackDown to make Jade look good. Because, again, the Tiffany match isn't great, but it's not because of the stuff. To me, it's not because of the physical stuff. It's more or less because of the botches, and they just don't have chemistry. Charlotte and Tiffany did not have chemistry, mainly because they beat. I don't know who was in the wrong there more. Let's just put it that way, because Charlotte started it.
Yeah, they legit.
Yeah, Charlotte started it, and Tiffany couldn't. Tiffany finished it. Let's put it that way. Dude, and it's so funny. I remember watching it going, they had to have talked about that. And then I just remember seeing Charlotte, like, couldn't respond. I'm like, nope. No, I've never seen her that flustered.
Yeah, that was not scripted at all. But yeah, I think it goes along with what Ty said, bro. The best, to me, the two best women on the roster are your tag team champions. Rhea, and Io Sky. And with them being tag team champions, that stops them from being involved in other stories. You know? So I think the only thing we can do now, because I think Jordan Grace is now trying to feud with Jade, but I'm not at all interested in that match at WrestleMania. I'm not at all interested in that.
That's an elimination chamber match. And that's fine. I mean, no shade. I like Jordan Grace.
For Jade, at this point, is a Bianca match. That's just where we are right now with the story. Hopefully, Bianca comes back before WrestleMania and we get that match. Nothing.
Is it WrestleMania caliber? That's not like because I don't know my opinion on that yet. Like, I don't know yet. I would have to see the build. That is the only thing. Because as of right now, like, if you were just to put them together and they were to wrestle, I don't think it is, guys. I don't believe it's WrestleMania caliber. I think if you build it right, it is. I just don't think right now it is. And by the way, the story should definitely be her not helping Jade. Anybody disagree with that? I think Jade should have a problem with the fact that she had to fight Naomi on her own. She's like, you didn't do anything. You just let her literally beat me up, and all you did was cry and leave.
Right.
I would like to see Bianca as a heel, but
so we just say it too. I'm glad you mentioned that.
We just talked about that, bro. And maybe
the hair whip. Yeah. It's not a face move. It's dude. And imagine watching your favorite baby face just get wailed on
by that hair.
Oh my god, dude! It would be so good.
Yeah, Bianca. I think that's where you kind of got to go with Bianca's character next is to turn a heel, but I just don't see how it happens for this specific feud. Not right now. It's not enough time.
Okay.
If it's gonna be at WrestleMania, it's not enough time.
I agree with that. I would shed a tear to watch Bianca beat Io, though. I'm not gonna lie. That's how good that would be. That's so much emotional being. I would cry seeing her beat Io up. I'm not gonna lie. Just that poor, sweet, innocent woman getting wailed on by the thickest of hair too. Jesus Christ, that stuff makes a crack when it hits.
Are we not going to talk about what's happening on Raw right now?
Yeah.
Mine,
Stephanie Vaquer is
crack.
killing Raquel Rodriguez right now.
On national television.
On national television, she just did the devil's kiss onto some steel steps.
I'm on an ad.
And chairs before that.
Yeah, well, it's on.
Well,
it's on
yeah,
commercial.
it's an ad now.
Okay.
But
Okay, making sure. Yeah.
Speaking of Stephanie Vaquer, Liv and Vaquer seems to be the WrestleMania match.
I'm cool with that.
I'm fine with that.
I don't even think God would let me get that out right. Sorry. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I have
I don't know.
Pushback against that. Blake, what you thinking?
Who would you like to see Liv fight? Start with Blake since I rudely cut you off.
I want Raquel. I want Raquel to win. I like Liv. I think Raquel has been well deserving for a while now. I know she's been in and out of getting injured and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know anybody else that I would rather have fight Liv, mainly because Io and Rio have their own thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of them really need a belt. They have transcended at this point.
Right.
So I think they're doing their own thing. I mean, obviously, oh Lord, what's her name? The runner-up in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, I mean, Stratton was running up, but you're talking about Sol Ruka.
Sol Ruka, yeah. I would say I would like to see that.
It takes me I'm talking to you.
But she didn't win the Rumble, so I mean, couldn't really do nothing with that.
Can I I just randomly thought of this question. Would you say that the WWE, at least for right now, it struggles with character building? Because I would argue that that's not their greatest strong suit. Because again, I love Sol Ruka. I could not tell you anything about who she is aside from she's a great wrestler.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever. I don't watch the most NXT in the world, but I don't remember ever hearing her talk for real. To be honest, not say nothing that was crazy of substance. Now, this is me speaking as someone that does not tune into every single NXT, so I don't know. But how do you build? How do you build a Sol Ruka match? Besides, she's really good in the ring. Yeah.
I only say that because, take a look at Sami Zayn, right? Where, I feel like his character work for so long was very Bloodline. Arguably the most interesting guy in the Bloodline aside from Roman. I would argue that. I love Sammy's story. It was kind of interesting to see a guy who wanted approval. So it's the most basic of stories on the most mainstream of things. A guy who wants approval from bad people and eventually realizes how bad these people are and how he never should have won in the first place. I think it's a great story. It was great character work. He's been a Karen ever since then. Okay, let's just say how it is. That's what he is. He goes out, calls out problems, gets his ass whooped, and packs home. That's how it goes for Sammy.
Literally.
And maybe this is building towards something, but that is what this era of Sami Zayn will be remembered for: is you were a crybaby who got his ass whooped.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that's how he will be remembered.
Is that not what Drew was doing?
God damn, good point.
Yeah,
but would you say that's a good era we remember of Drew McIntyre either for the last 3 years? I would argue, yeah, sure, the character work's awesome. The era itself of how he's booked is terrible.
It's like he has the best match of 2024? 2025?
Yeah, 2024. You're the Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell, yeah.
Yeah. And then what happened after that?
They clowned him for weeks.
I don't even know what his next feud was after that.
And it should also be noted that era of Drew is not great because of WWE's booking. It's strictly great because this man was going on Twitter after every event to say something. And that was the best part.
He did more work than they did. That's true. That's true.
Does anybody remember the Jungle Boy picture? Did we just forgot about that? When he took a picture with Jungle Boy and when he was feuding with CM Punk?
Yeah.
And he just goes, I think the caption was something like, "Cry me a river." And oh my God. When I tell y'all that broke the Twitter for a solid, it was trending worldwide on Twitter that Drew McIntyre and Jungle Boy took a picture. And the Crimea River was a perfect caption. It's real glass. Crimea River. God, dude. Only to get put in the headlock's crazy, but that's another conversation.
Raquel
Tony
is hanging on here.
She is. She's trying. Yeah. Speaking of Drew, he has his own story going into WrestleMania. He basically eliminated Cody Rhodes and then kind of led to Jacob getting eliminated too. So I think I said this in the last pod. I think that triple threat's gonna happen at WrestleMania. It's cool. I think that's a good spin on the Cody and Drew feud that we've been dealing with for the last half a year. So
yeah.
I don't feel it at Mania though.
No, I'm not either. No, I'm with you. I'm glad somebody said it Friday.
So what y'all think?
It made no sense.
It would be a good elimination chamber match, but then again, it's like, all right. So here's the thing: if you have the triple threat match at elimination chamber, then that just takes two people out of who could be in the chamber to fight to go to WrestleMania. But it's like, why would you want to be in the chamber if you're already in a match for the belt?
Right.
Depends on how fast you want to put out this fire. You know what I mean?
I feel like you could. I know that we don't like going through at number 30, but I honestly, guys, he needs to do something. And if I'm the booker here, I'm booking Drew versus Gunther at WrestleMania. I'm booking that match. I think that you can. The triple threat's great. That is a meat on meat match. They have proven that they will beat the mess out of each other, and I love that. I think that if you put those two guys, it's heel versus heel. I think if you put those two guys, because Drew's character, I'm confused on what it is now. I kind of was under the impression it was the same, which is like he was crazy about getting the belt. Now he's crazy about hanging on to the belt. I don't feel that now, because if that was the case, why are you attacking Cody Rhodes for no reason? And again, maybe it's to eliminate him. I still don't see that as a viable option, in my opinion. Like, is he that scary that you're scared he's not going to get eliminated by 30 other men?
Yeah, that's what he said in the post show. He said he just didn't want to give Cody a chance to win the Rumble.
Okay, see, and I don't like that as an explanation. I'm sorry. Like, if we're talking about a guy who went to war with CM Punk, he's so scared that Cody Rhodes can't get through out of. I find that stupid. And again, maybe they're going to say that his obsession's always been with Cody. Well, that's not true. We've seen the same character when he was feuding with Punk. So you can't just change his motives mid-story to fit whatever narrative you want. So, yeah, I don't think this ends very well. Again, I don't think they're going to book Drew very well. People are going to hate. Did she just lay down on that table?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she definitely did. She turned into position.
It looks like it's wanting to give already.
She was all these compliments I've been giving Raquel the last couple of weeks. All for her to do that.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I did not think about what y'all was saying about the chamber. Because we still have the chamber to decide who's gonna face most likely Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania.
Oh, hang on.
We might see a new champion, fellas.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I gotta see this.
Is this gonna be a Tahana bomb to the table?
I will go hard.
She finna counter this. I don't believe it.
I don't think so.
I'm not a believer.
Oh no! I want Raquel to win. Come on.
Me too. But I do like Stephanie Vicker as well.
Yeah, I'm not a believer.
Yeah, I do too. But
I'm not a believer that Raquel wins this match, bro.
Me neither. But I would love to see it.
Hurricane. She don't kick out of this.
There you go.
She did not kick out of this, did she?
No.
Oh. And the table didn't even break.
They botched it. Okay, Raquel, you can't win now. You've literally sold the bag.
See ya.
I've seen 4 botches already. I can't let this happen.
Now if Stephanie doesn't win, it's going to make her look weak because, my God, she has killed Raquel.
The unreal of this match is going to go crazy.
She's gonna pin her with a table onto her. I didn't know what was going on. What is she doing?
She's gonna hurt something if she hit that table.
Oh, the ref must have moved it.
Yeah, that's the game.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Yep,
Yeah,
close that out.
well, that'll do it. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. I think Roman may be coming on next. Are they gonna give Roman and Punk a 30-minute
Buddy,
segment?
you think Roman's gonna be on television?
I think they said he's gonna be here.
He is.
Yeah, they said he's advertised.
I got bad news for you guys. It's probably gonna be one of those Titantron calls, unfortunately.
One of them packages.
You guys must forgot. Tribal Chief he don't show up for shows.
Oh, I
He
know.
don't do his job.
I know. January 27, 2025. Roman Reigns. I know. John Cena.
I forgot what he was talking about for a second, and I just remembered that whole rant he had that night.
Thank you guys for watching the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. This has been the Boys Wrestling Channel, and we will see y'all next week. Taking it off to Kiwan.
It's just us. Oos. Oh, Ty's gone.